There's a confluence of technical indicators happening right now in altcoins that will determine the next 3 months. And you need to see this before it's too late. In this video, I'm going to answer, are altcoins dead, or is this the shakeout before the real move? Guys, before we get on the charts, let's just have a look at sentiment. If you type in the word altcoins on X and scroll through, it's scary what you see. You see a lot of cope on the timeline, but you also see an unbelievable amount of bullish posts. I have no idea how they're drawing these charts that making any sense whatsoever to me. But every single chart somehow has us bouncing on some crazy support line and a massive arrow pointing upwards into the trillions and trillions. And I'll tell you one thing, these same people, if you look back through their postings, they've been posting the same chart for years now. Is just extending the line ever further, because bullish altcoin posts get a lot of positive engagement, makes everybody happy, and everybody thinks if they engage with it, it will just force everybody to buy altcoins, and then the price goes up, probably. So when people say the sentiment is kind of negative and bearish, not on X, not. People couldn't be more bullish on altcoins. Look at this one. Look at the random comments on mass liquidations at random peaks on this random downtrend divided by Bitcoin. Not understanding that the whole conditions of crypto have changed. The whole way we appreciate Bitcoin dominance has changed. Now that we realize all of these altcoins are basically just wrapped meme coins that have zero utility. Avalanche raised $500 million. What the hell they're doing with that, I don't know. Nobody uses Avalanche. The game is up for a lot of these altcoins, as I've been saying for a very long time now. But anyway, this is a post. Just a random post on X I came across. Unpopular opinion, alt season will never come again. There's too many altcoins. There's not enough money to pump everything. Again, something I've been saying for nearly all year now. And then special bull poster number 1, Alex Becker. This is like saying small stocks will never go up again. There's always been too many altcoins. Blah, blah, blah. Like, there's not been always too many altcoins. That's not true at all. And also, there was perceived utility before that people believed in. People believed in this utility before. That doesn't happen anymore. Like, this is the worst take ever from Becker. And to be honest, he's been one of the worst this cycle in terms of leading people to slaughter. Whole articles now about Bitcoin dominance, signaling potential alt season. I see this every single day on X. Every single day alt season is supposed to start. And then there's Cope. There should be a bull market any day now. Dude's been saying this forever, like literally years. So before we get on the charts, please appreciate that. You know, you're following these people, but you're following them for entertainment purposes only. If you're following them for actual trading advice, you need help. We're going to focus a lot on short-term trading today. And I'm going to give you a few tips here. And I don't know why people don't look at charts, but there must be some reason. I have no idea what it is. Let's have a look at some charts. This is Solana, one of the stronger altcoins of this season. So remember, this is one of the stronger ones. Now this chart is screaming to me when I look at it. Again, I'm an experienced trader. Any experienced trader is probably going to tell you the same. That's all corrective. That all looks mega bearish. Like, all the impulsive moves are down, and then we get corrections back up, down. This is a downtrend. Prevailing trend is downwards. The bias is downwards. This basic 101 trading. Jump to a 15-minute chart. This is a massively bearish looking flag pattern. I can't make anything impulsive out of this move. This is what we call a flag. That's the pole, that's a flag, that's a breakdown. Now, sometimes it sweeps liquidity and it might push up for a bit, but that's brief. Look at all the strong selling. It's all downwards. Look how strong the red candles are compared to the green candles. This is what I mean. And very likely we're going to test these lows. Again, this is all my opinion, not financial advice. But again, please learn some TA. It will help you in future, whatever you invest in. And I think this is going to get wiped out and we're going to go a lot lower. Now, I just said don't have bullish biases or bearish biases. You might think, well, Sajad clearly has a bearish bias. He's always bearish. It's not because I have a bias, it's because the charts are clearly showing me that things are very bearish. Let me give you an example. I'm on the same 15-minute. We're going to go to an indice now. Let's go to the SPX. This is the S&P 500 basket of 500 biggest stocks in the US. And possibly the world as well, because obviously they're amongst the largest. I've drawn some lines on there before. But basically, what was I doing there with those lines? Same 15-minute chart, what are you seeing? Let's say we started here. We go up, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is called an uptrend. Clearly we're going up. And notice that this strong structural support here, we've not broken that even in this deeper move down. We're still maintaining a bullish uptrend. Okay, so we're on the same 15-minute, and I've shown you Solana and I've shown you S&P. Why would I be bearish on stocks right now? Like I said, I think a top is coming, but we don't know when it's going to happen. But on the short term, we can't say the top is in. There's no evidence of that. We have to break down first. All altcoins have already broken down a long time ago. That's how I know that extremely likely the top is in on nearly all altcoins. But I'm not saying that about S&P. This is not a bias. This is looking at a chart. And if you want to learn market structure, and I highly recommend you do, I have a comprehensive course, first link in description, and it's on a Black Friday offer at the moment. And this will teach you. And these skills, these market structure skills, and understanding TA, basic TA, will help you for the future. In any asset class, it doesn't matter if it's S&P, it doesn't matter if you're looking at the gold chart, it will help. This is silver, by the way. Notice on a 15-minute, what are you seeing off these lows? Bullish structure. And likely, if this is a 1-2 confirmed, you would expect a wave 3 to be stronger, have more momentum. That's exactly what's happening here. So this is why structure comes first. News comes later. Sentiment comes much, much later. Listening to random entertainers on YouTube or X, that's much, much further down the line. Focus on the charts first. XRP off the lows. A lot of the altcoins have done this structure, which a lot of overlap, no clear fifth wave that we were hoping for, which means it can't be any kind of sustainable low. Which means still the prevailing trend is down. The 6 to 12 month trend is down. And you have to assume that a lot of these are flag patterns, which will break down, retest the flag, and then absolutely dump hard, completely nuke, in my opinion. And remember, the stock market hasn't broken down yet. When that breaks down, and if it breaks down hard, then yeah, these will disappear. You won't want, like I said, you won't want to refresh and open up your dashboards or wherever the hell you're trading this stuff. SUI, same overlappy looking flag pattern. Same, looks like it's breaking down. Now, what I do, and I recommend you do it too, if you're looking at altcoins in general, crypto, have a look at several different major altcoins that still have decent market caps, because that will give you a better idea. You see, I've already drawn all over this because it's the same structure. Just in case I missed it on one thing. It's the exact same structure and it's breaking down. And remember, the uptrend, as soon as you break that important the structure there, that higher low here, broken that in AVAX, that's a signal. That's one of your earliest signals that, yeah, this whole structure is going to break down and fail more than likely. Bitcoin is the same, been hovering around 100. A lot of shorts here. Remember, a lot of people shorting around these levels. So what's going to happen? You're going to get these little dips below, short squeeze, push up. Everybody jumps back on board and then violent selling downwards. That's completely normal too. But nothing in this structure tells me that that's any sustainable low, important low. We have to clear that first and then we'll talk. And then, we'll make another low and then we'll have a look at the structure from that low on a very, very short-term time frame. Ethereum, exact same thing. Very overlappy, very corrective looking in nature. Strong impulsive selling downwards. The other thing is be very, very careful for these random ones that seem to be breaking out randomly up 20%, 30% in a day. A lot of these moves fade, so just be very careful with that. FET did just some crazy short squeeze breakout, insane multiples actually, and now since broken down and is a very good shorting opportunity in my opinion. But yeah, watch out for those. I definitely sometimes I would say if it makes sense with the odd dino coin to kind of hop on board and see if you can make a quick buck. But risk reward is not worth it. And remember, prevailing trend is down. It's much more worth it to wait for it to do its little fake scam move and then actually short it. That's actually better because then you're following the trend. In trading, you should always try and follow the trend. The trend is your friend and that will help you even if you get a bad entry. Because if you get a horrible entry here and it's about to break the lows here, and it kind of just tricks you and goes all the way back up, it's probably going to fail anyway because it's a downtrend. So you'll still, if you end up holding, you'll still go into profit again. A random one here that was a better performer earlier in the year. This is Pengu, again, holding on for dear life here on this flag pattern. So this level here, just holding on to, and it's kneeling over, as you see in crypto all the time. Again, you'll get little surprise pumps and short squeezes and stuff, but that doesn't mean the trend has changed. I'm looking at the move from here. Doesn't look like an uptrend to me. So what do I think going forward? Well, this is where we zoom out. So let's go into a daily chart. As I said in my last video, we talked about Tau as well. I spoke to Fefe as well from another channel, and I talked about how, if you look at this now, this is Tau, for example. Yeah, it looks like it made a nice flat and is pulling down, and that's exactly what it's doing. And I think it's got much further downside. On a daily, this looks very, very weak. It's teetering here at this 350 level, which I think if it breaks could accelerate. Now remember, when things break down and accelerate, it's technically going to be a bad breakdown. You can see that on the charts, we're teetering. But when that happens is sometimes you get bigger moves. It might be a 10, 15, 20% move, but then everybody gets shocked. And what do they do with that 10, 15% move? They attach news to it. Go and switch on your news channels today. If it's a quiet day, they will find something to make news about, especially if it's a trading channel. For example, when oil goes up in value, it's always there's increasing demand and there's so little supply, and the Saudis aren't releasing some of their barrels, blah, blah, blah. When it goes down in value, there's too much supply, Russia made a deal with blah, 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 and there's too much oil everywhere all of a sudden. They'll always attach news to what you're seeing in terms of sometimes very important technical breakouts or breakdowns. A little bit more advanced for you to understand, but this is how the world actually works. The only problem is retail, again, news watchers, they're the last to see stuff like this. So for the next few months, I'm personally quite bearish. And I would say, again, I remind you, be very, very careful touching altcoins unless you're shorting them actively. Don't get caught out. And anytime you see we're not trending anymore. So we go through periods in markets when we're trending, either up or down. And we go through long periods, can be a month or two, when we're sideways in a range. Those ranges can be dangerous as a perps trader, as a leverage trader, because you can get chopped out. Because the market's not given any direction. It's spiking up, thinking we're going to break out, spiking down, thinking we're going to break out, and so on and so forth. As soon as you recognize this, you don't need to touch it. You wait for the trend to show itself. Once we get on a trend, then you're trading. At the moment, we're in a downtrend. It's a trending environment. It's volatile. It's actually brilliant for a short-term trader, believe it or not. That's it for this one. Thanks for listening.